We are here today to address a matter of grave concern that shakes the very foundation of public trust in our financial institutions, the rising cases of unauthorized withdrawals from customers' accounts by Nigerian bank staff. The case we bring before you today centers on an illustrious figure in Nigeria's religious and academic spheres, Lord Mayor Onukogu Victor Obiajunwa, OON, popularly known as Daddy Hezekiah. He is the founder and leader of Living Christ Mission Incorporated, as well as the proprietor and chancellor of Hezekiah University, Umudi, Imo State. Lord Mayor Onukogu Victor entrusted Polaris Bank with the substantial sum of 16.5 billion naira, as 16 billion 500 million naira, placed in a fixed deposit account. The bank, through its systems and staff, confirmed receipt of this deposit and pledged to safeguard it. However, in a shocking twist of events, which turned out to be a breach of trust, a significant portion of this deposit was unauthorizedly withdrawn without the consent of Lord Mayor Obiajunwa. Despite repeated efforts by Lord Mayor Onukogu Victor to resolve the matter, Polaris Bank has failed to act swiftly or transparently. The theft of such a large sum not only undermines the public's faith in the banking system, but also exposes a deeper systemic issue of internal fraud and weak oversight within Nigerian banks. This particular incident is not isolated. The Civil Society Network for Good Governance has received several complaints from citizens of Nigeria reporting similar unauthorized withdrawals from their bank account. It appears that certain bank staff exploiting lapses in internal controls have taken advantage of customers' trust, siphoning off funds while banks have been slow and in some cases negligent in addressing these breaches. Banking is a business of trust, a trust that underpins the entire economy. The banking sector serves as the backbone of financial stability and is the custodian of people's livelihoods and investments. When banks fail to maintain the integrity of customer accounts or allow fraud to fester within their systems, it is a betrayal of their duty to the nation and its citizens. This breach of trust by Polaris Bank and other similar cases that are emerging threatens the stability of the financial sector and could erode confidence in the entire banking system of Nigeria. The Civil Society Network for Good Governance demands that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Police Force intervene immediately in this matter so as to arrest the slide of public trust in the banking system as well as the larger Nigerian economy. We call for an expedited investigation into this case and for the prosecution of all individuals involved in this unlawful act. It is critical that the stolen funds be recovered and returned to Lord Mayor Onukogu Victor without further delay, and that Polaris Bank takes full responsibility for its failure to protect its customers' deposits. In addition to this case, CSNGG urges the authorities to conduct a broader investigation into unauthorized withdrawals across Nigerian banks. The frequency of these incidents indicates a systemic failure that requires urgent reform. We demand stricter regulations, stronger oversight, and robust accountability mechanisms to ensure that fraudulent activities are detected and prevented across the Nigerian banking system. To the Nigerian public, we call on you to scrutinize your bank statements regularly. It is your right to receive your bank statements monthly, and we urge you to always check through those bank statements to be sure that there are no unauthorized transactions taking place there. It is vital that discrepancies in bank accounts are identified early, as delays in detecting fraud can complicate recovery efforts. Those who have experienced similar unauthorized withdrawals are encouraged to come forward with their evidence so that together we can put a stop to this growing trend of financial misconduct. The CSNGG remains committed to ensuring that the perpetrators of these crimes are brought to justice and that Nigerian financial institutions uphold the highest standards of transparency, accountability, and integrity. This must stop. Nigeria's banks must rise to the occasion and protect the trust that the public has placed in them. The financial well-being of the nation depends on it, and even more so at the very critical juncture in which Nigeria finds itself today. In closing, we urge the media to continue investigating and reporting on these cases until we see tangible action from the authorities and the banks themselves. Nigeria deserves a banking sector that is free from fraud, where every customer can feel confident that their money is safe. Thank you very much. This is one out of so many. There are so many of these things across the banking sector. Of course, we're also aware that this particular matter has been reported, and we are also going to lend our voice to further call for more action on this matter. So we are submitting petitions on this matter as well. But we are aware that the matter has been reported, but until this minute, except maybe during the course of this press conference, the refund has been made. Until this minute, we have not heard that that money has been refunded. And there are so many other cases like that. And many a times, what usually happens is that these things happen in very negligible sums. But you can imagine you take 1 naira from 1 million accounts. That's 1 million naira. You take 10 naira from 1 million accounts. That's 10 million naira. You take 100 naira from 1 million accounts. That is 100 million naira. So if you look at these little deductions and withdrawals and all whatnot across the banking sector, you realize that the money that is being taken from Nigerians is very, very huge. Let's not forget also that we have to pay at the point of POS. It's practically as if we buy cash to do transactions within the same economy. So all we are saying is that, look, this is just an example, but we are going to follow this up to show Nigerians what is possible so that they too will come out and always fight for their rights. Because people cannot just be taking your hard-earned money and will just go to sleep because they are powerful people, because they own banks and because they have all the money to buy whoever.